Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the author, and in today's video we're going to be going over the third and final trailer for Society of the Blind Eye Season 2, Episode 7. I'm super excited for it, and there was a ton of stuff in this trailer, and if you want to watch it, I have a link in the description below where you can check it out for yourselves, and then come back to this video, and I'm going to break it all down for you. So, let's get right into it. First of all, this frame right here, eyeballs, definitely a central theme of the Society of the Blind Eye, but this one little plate right here, Dipper pushes that, it unleashes some sort of contraption which will probably lead them further into some sort of maze or something for them to get to the society. Definitely a door opener of some sort. We're no stranger to pressure plates, as we've seen them before in previous episodes into the bunker, where they were stepping over them and stuff. So this might be linked to something from that. Definitely going to be about the author, but definitely very interesting to see this. And also this eyeball right here, very important. I want you guys to focus on that. Well, not focus on that, but remember it. It's going to come up later in this video. Let's get into the next frame. This room is very interesting to me. I'm going to explain. It basically, I feel, first of all, this is definitely part of the building they're in, where they're looking for the society. Whether it's some sort of mail room or something. Now, to me, there's two things that these could be. The first option, and probably most likely considering what happens in the future, is what happens in the future of this video, excuse me, is that this is these are tubes. They contain paper, maybe like rolls of like paper. If you've ever seen any movies where someone gets like a scroll and they read from it, they usually come in a container shaped like that. Now, if they're not that, they could be candles or something like that. But the reason I think scrolls or tubes is if you've ever been to the bank and you ever go to one of those windows where you can put money in and send it to the teller who's behind a window if it's in the drive-thru, these tubes send those through. So definitely these contain information or objects of some sort. That's why I think they're likely just tubes, and this is some sort of transferring system. And the reason I think it's a mail room is because it looks like a sorting room, just to me. I don't know why it does, but let's pay attention to just everything going on here. So very interesting. This looks to be a hat. I'm not too sure what that is, but honestly, just think about it at your own risk or whatever, but I do not know exactly what that hat is, but the mailroom definitely seems like a plausible theory. Next frame. Alright, this frame is extremely important because this shows, I think, some very big information, at least to the point that, first of all, this hairstyle, we know that it looks like Susan's to me. Now, is that to say that she's either trapped in the chair we've seen in previous frames, or is she part of the society, the leader? Now that's two different things. That's two very different things, and I honestly don't have anything to say on that because I don't know. I believe Susan is part of the society rather than an enemy of, but you know, who knows at this point. But it's very interesting to see her there. It's also very interesting to see this. This, to me, that looks a little like Gideon. Now I can't tell for sure because obviously it's just a few pixels and I can't really see very much from that, but from here it definitely could be Gideon, based on the hairstyle, based on just the height of the character or the object of whatever it is, could be Gideon. Now that's just my perspective. It totally could be anything else, but that's what I'm seeing right here, and it appears that they're both with the society, maybe meeting, maybe trying to figure something out, and Dipper is awfully surprised by what he sees. So let's get to the next frame. More of these hidden messages and these promos and these trailers. Watch till the end with all of these symbols. Literally, I think they're just smashing as much hidden stuff into it as they can. I mean, it's crazy how much is on here, like the blind eye symbol, picture of the family, you know, picture of Mabel, Gideon, you know, watch till the end, all of that. It's awesome. Let's get to the next one. Here we see that frame we've seen before. I'm showing this strictly because I've already covered it, but it shows more information. That reminds me, if you want to see more of these breakdowns, I have them on my channel for the previous promos that have already aired. Definitely check out my channel for those. But back into this, just showing more information. Definitely we see several times we see the zombie. If you look at the next one, you can see Gideon, you can see Gabe. These are all of the people that she's had a crush on or had any romantic involvement with. So definitely very interesting there. And the finger, interestingly enough, is pointing to different people that she's had a crush on, that they probably correlate with each other somehow. That's just my guess. The way that they're going about it seems like they correlate with each other. Next one, here we see Stan doing another thing with his machinery, another big part of the show. What is Stan doing? He's pouring fuel into a fuel canister. That's it. That's all we see here. But it's very interesting to note that that we're going to see more of that room. We're going to see more of the activities that he does down there. So let's hope that's very interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting, but let's hope it reveals some more of this big mystery. Next up, we see the Blind Eye. Really just the Society of the Blind Eye. That's really it. But what I find interesting is that they have drawstring hoodies. I just find that funny. Rather than like just hoods, they have drawstring hoodies. I just think that's a bit of a funny part of this. I'm sure it's going to be a joke in the episode. Here we see the gang looking through a curtain that is then closing on them. I'm guessing someone spotted them and they closed the curtain, because that's what happens after this frame happens. The curtain closes, so I'm guessing they're spotted and they're going to run away, which doesn't lead me into, it leads me into a future frame. But first of all, let's look at this. Here's more of these tubes up here. That's very interesting. But also Old Man McGucket, of course, which we're gonna talk about in just a second. But let's go over here. This is what I was talking about as far as what would be in the tubes. You can see there's one of the hatchets is not the hatchets, excuse me. Yeah, one of the hatches. Is that what they're called? Yeah, one of the door things is open, and I'm guessing she got that out of there. Some sort of like map or something, I'm guessing, of the building that they're in, the museum, whatever you want to call it. That's what that is. Also, a several times poster back there, just a little bit of a detail. Another frame, we see more of that bird. They're looking behind it, is what it seems. So I'm guessing there's something down that hallway. Next up, all right, Susan. This goes into the frame I was talking about before, where they were spotted and they were running away. I'm guessing this is some part of that same scene where they're running away. Also, I've pointed out before, she seems to be looking down. Is she looking at Gideon? We're definitely going to see Gideon in this episode, guaranteed. I bet you. Not that I like know or anything, just that I feel like they're pulling out everything for this, so everything's coming in. But so Susan's running away from something. I've already discussed this. I don't really know, but what I do assume is somebody's turning on her, and she's trying to defend herself. Either somebody in the society or somebody outside of the society is confronting her about being in the society. That's all, that's all hearsay. I don't really, that's up to everybody's discretion. But here we can see her running away a bit more. Here we see this eyeball. I told you guys at the beginning to pay attention to that eyeball. This eyeball I definitely think is going to be a monster. Well, obviously it's a monster, but I don't know if it correlates with Bill or the society itself, one or the other. Obviously, Bill has his one eye, obviously the blind eye, so whichever, take your pick. It is worth noting, I don't really know who these people are. I'm guessing they're just like feeding ducks or something. You can see the duck over there on the left. Don't really know what they're doing over there, but clearly they're surprised by that giant eyeball. And I'm sure that's going to be part of the big battle scene. Dipper and Mabel and Seuss and Wendy and everybody's going to have to defeat the giant eyeball. I'm guessing that's going to be the enemy here. Also, let's get into this part. We see Dipper. He is looking at a wall of clues or something. We don't really see the wall, but what we do hear him say is something that they felt necessary, and with the Disney censors, to bleep out. So I'll play that part for you right now.
No. So then that would mean wrote the no. So then that would mean wrote the.
What do you guys think? I think he said Old Man McGucket. Now here, that's not to say Old Man McGucket wrote the journals for sure. They could pull some like random stuff on us and just completely change what we were seeing. Like maybe they mistook Old Man McGucket for writing the journals. They accuse him. He's like crazy enough to say yes or something like that. And then we find out that Susan wrote the journals, or there's some random person we've never met. Maybe the Gravity Falls gossiper dude wrote the journals or some crap like that. I don't really know, but definitely worth noting that they pretty much just out loud said Old Man McGucket wrote the journals. But they bleeped it out kind of, so they might have said something different, but I definitely think he said Old Man McGucket. Next part, obviously, I know who is the author. Just more of that trickery with their transitions. It's worth noting that these glasses are pretty prevalent. That plays into the whole Stan Stanley theory. It also plays into sorry, not that. This also is very interesting. The Nyarf gun. I don't know why I'm pointing this out, but it's very funny that they just included that randomly. So there's that, and more of this frame. We've seen this actual frame before, this transition, and watch till the end. So that about watch till the end, of course. And that about wraps it up for us today. Also, if you want to find out who won the giveaway for the book, I will have it in the link in the description below for you guys to check out the video about who won the giveaway. But anyway, I'm super excited for this episode, and yeah, so that's pretty much it for this breakdown. I appreciate it if you guys stuck all the way through. Tons of interesting stuff in this promo, and I can't wait for the episode to air in 7 days. I cannot wait. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.